Welcome to Sage Audio. Today we're covering how to tune vocals. To get the most from your music, watch the entirety of each chapter for a complete understanding of the topic. But first, if you have a mix that you need mastered, send it to us to receive a free mastered sample of it with the link in the description. Setting the right notes. For this video, we'll primarily be using Slate Digital's Metatune plugin to tune our vocals, since it looks like it'll be a popular plugin for the next few years. When determining which notes to tune, you can select your scale, or you can easily observe the input using the heat mapping feature of the plugin. Here we can see that the vocal is focusing on C, D sharp, G sharp, and A sharp, meaning we should use these notes for our tuning. We'll simply select these keys and Metatune will tune the vocal to these notes. Let's take a listen to this plugin on our vocal.
I can't take it, I wish get away from here, never back to this. It's all I want to, and also forget about you. Cause what you did is not that cool.
Creating a natural sound. If you're trying to create natural sounding vocal tuning, use a slower speed of about 20 milliseconds or more, and lower the sustain to make this timing program dependent. You'll notice that a bar shows how the timing will modulate depending on the incoming signal. Conversely, we can increase the sustain for quicker tuning. If you use a positive sustain, lower the speed a little more to compensate. Since the amount dial isn't a wet-dry, but a value of how closely the notes will be tuned to a perfect tuning, we can reduce the value without worrying about phase cancellation. Lower this to about 60 to 70 for a tuned but more believable sound. Let's take a listen.
I can't take it, I wish get away from here, never back to this. It's all I want to, and also forget about you. Cause what you did is not that cool.
If you're enjoying the video, consider hitting the like button. It really helps us bring you more videos. Creating an aggressive sound. If you want your tuning to be aggressive, do the opposite of what we just covered. That is, set a quick speed, raise the amount to 100, and either don't worry about the sustain or use a positive value. This plugin can use look ahead to create super quick tuning, so try that out. Set this to -3 milliseconds for the most aggressive and robotic sound. Let's take a listen.
I can't take it, I wish get away from here, never back to this. It's all I want to, and also forget about you. Cause what you did is not that cool.
Tuning for BGVs. When tuning BGVs, you can do so more aggressively before it becomes noticeable. Perhaps the most convenient aspect of using this plugin on multiple BGVs is utilizing the group section. If you have multiple instances of this plugin, you can assign them to the same group, and the settings will change on each. Additionally, the vocal doubler option is great for expanding vocals and creating complex stereo imaging. I'm going to double my lead vocal and use some unique settings with this plugin to make it sound more like a supporting BGV. Let's take a listen to it.
I can't take it, I wish get away from here, never back to this. It's all I want to, and also forget about you. Cause what you did is not that cool.
Only a small percentage of people that watch our videos are subscribed, so if you're enjoying the video, consider subscribing. It's free and you can always change your mind. Metatune versus Autotune. If we listen to Metatune and compare it to Autotune, we'll notice similar sounds. That's because they work more or less the same way. However, the doubler settings, look ahead tuning, and note stabilization, which we'll cover later on, set this plugin apart from other tuning plugins that are currently available. I'm using an Autotune Access plugin for this comparison, but know that the settings will be similar to what they would be on the full plugin. Let's take a listen to the two.
I can't take it, I wish get away from here, never back to this. It's all I want to, and also forget about you. Cause what you did is not that cool.
Note stabilization tricks. Note stabilization is a helpful feature of this plugin, since it adjusts the tuning based on the length of the note. Short doesn't tune notes less than 40 milliseconds, mid doesn't tune notes less than 80 milliseconds, and long less than 200 milliseconds. These settings work well at reducing note flutter when lots of vibrato is being used. One trick is to isolate different sections of your vocal based on their length and amount of vibrato, then select different stabilization settings for each. Let's take a listen.
I can't take it. I wish get away from here. Never back to this. It's all I wanted. And also forget about you. 'Cause what you did is not that cool.
If you'd like our custom plugin presets, audio samples, loops, download sheets, a members-only badge next to your name in the comments, and more, consider joining with the link in the description. Subtle reverb after tuning. After tuning, if you use subtle reverb with some modulation, you can diffuse your tune notes and make the sound even more natural. I'll use the FabFilter Pro R and increase the character dial, which alters timing and pitch modulation, but subtly use any chorus effect or reverb that offers modulation. This works well when the reverb is isolated to the mids and is set to less than 10%. Let's take a listen.
I can't take it. I wish get away from here. Never back to this. It's all I wanted. And also forget about you. 'Cause what you did is not that cool.
Saturation after tuning. After tuning the vocal, saturation will help to strengthen the notes and perceived pitch by introducing harmonics. These harmonics are inherently tied to the fundamental of the vocal, in turn strengthening the perception of that fundamental and making the overall note sound more in tune. Saturation helps notes sound more in tune even without a tuning plugin, but it works even better when a tuner is used first. Let's take a listen.
I can't take it. I wish get away from here. Never back to this. It's all I wanted. And also forget about you. 'Cause what you did is not that cool.
If you have a mix that you need mastered, send it to us to receive a free mastered sample of it with the link in the description. Thank you so much for watching.